Welcome back to another lesson, and in this lesson I'd like to talk about dominant ninth chords. We're going to talk a bit about their sound and then how to use them in chord progressions. So first of all, let me just define or show you what I mean by dominant ninth chords in case you haven't had a chance to construct them. So build any scale. Let's say take the C major scale. And you remember the scale has degrees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and back to 1. So a dominant ninth chord is a chord that has the first, third, fifth, seventh dominant. So you take the seventh degree down, half a step, and the ninth. So this is a C dominant ninth chord in the root position. Here's a D dominant ninth chord. Here's the D major scale. And the first, third, fifth, dominant seventh, and ninth degrees of the scale are these: D, F sharp, A, C, and E. Again in the root form. One last example. Here's A dominant seventh. Sorry, A dominant ninth. This is the A major scale. And here are the first, third, fifth, dominant seventh, and ninth degrees. Okay, so what are ninth or dominant ninth chords good for? I'll give you a couple of examples. First of all, the first thing that I think of when I hear dominant ninth chords are those happy sort of jazz songs from the 20s, and I think an example might just demonstrate it. So just a simple progression: a C, an A dominant ninth, a D dominant ninth, a G dominant seventh, again a C, Okay, so basically what I was playing was a C chord. This is just a C major chord, C, G, C, E, G, C, and then an A dominant ninth. So A, E, A, and then in the right hand C sharp, E, G, B. And then for the D I played a D dominant ninth. So D, A, and here F sharp, A, C, E. And then the G I either played a G7 or a G13. And incidentally, I could have also played a G dominant ninth. It would sound like this. So I think that's the sort of first use I get for dominant ninth chords. Now another nice thing about them is that they sort of are led naturally into by other chords. So I'll give you a couple of examples. First of all, the chord that is one whole tone below the dominant ninth chord leads into the dominant ninth chord. That is, it has a few common notes with it. Let's take an example. Here's the D dominant ninth chord. So I have the notes D, F sharp, A, C, and E. And the note or the chord that is one whole tone below it is C. So I'll just play them one after the other. C and D dominant ninth. So you see they share the uppermost notes in this example. That is the C and the E, which is unlike the D dominant 7th, which does not share the E with the C major chord. So one, say, progression you'd use it in is so a C, a D major 7, sorry, D major 9th, an F major 7th, a G7, and then a C. In terms of notes, I'm basically playing a C major chord, so C and C, and in the right hand G, C, E, then a D dominant 9th chord, so D and D in the left hand, and then the right hand F sharp, A, C, E. For the F major 7th, I'm playing F, C, and then F, A, C, E, and then for the last chord, basically you can play a G. So this would be a G, D, and then G, B, D, G, and then back to a C. Another voicing or another inversion in which this sounds nice is the following. Here's the C chord, and I'm going to play a D dominant 9th, and then an F, and then back to a C. So what I'm playing here is a C. So I have a C, E, G, and C. And here's the D dominant 9th. So I have a C, E, which are the shared notes. And then I have F sharp and A, which are not shared. And then I have another C. And I'm playing a D in my left hand. Then just an F. So C, F, A, C. And then back to a C. That's it. I hope you've gotten some nice ideas for incorporating dominant 9th chords in your playing. So every time you encounter dominant 7th, think about just adding this extra 9. It might actually fit into your playing, depending of course on which chord you're coming from and which chord you're going to. That's it for now. I hope you've learned something interesting, and I will see you next time.